in general, I was very pleased how we played for the most part. I thought that this is a tough building to play in, and with their speed and their ability to they showed us last week, their ability to transition and get going on the offense, and their ability to cycle down low. I was real pleased that we only gave up 26 shots tonight. That's a good effort. We gave up. We did a good job in our own zone. Bedford didn't break. Our goaltender played really well. I don't think he saw either one of the last two goals. You know, we were trying to get in line up in line to block the shots, and everybody almost blocked it, but all they did was screen my goaltender. So he didn't see the last two goals, but I thought he played great. I thought their freshman played really well again tonight. He played great last weekend. Two young teams trying to find out who they are, and we get 3 out of 4 points, and 2 of them up here. I think that's a nice series for us. I thought Troy Carrera had a real good night. Charlie Coyle had a real good night. I really liked the way Megan and Gill played tonight. I thought they played pretty smart and played hard. And all our defensemen played pretty well, but especially I thought Wasowski really stayed within himself tonight and played real well and cut the puck up when he had to. Was an important player for us without having to go out and do too much. Good win. Questions?
Coach, can you talk about getting the significance of getting the win here? You guys have struggled a little bit in the Mullins Center.
Yeah, I think we've done pretty well up here up until the last couple of years, and then we struggled up here early. It's a tough building to play in. It gets you a little off guard because of the size of the ice surface. The crowd is good for us. The crowd gets everybody jacked up. It doesn't help. It doesn't hurt us. But the ice surface is something so different. We have the same feeling sometimes up at UMass when everybody gets a little tentative. So that presents a problem.
Coach, you're up 3-1. They make it 3-2. Nearly tie it on that goal where there's the offside.
Yeah.
Just talk about your team's ability to hang on and then get that.
Yeah, obviously, it was a little different. I told them we had a 2-goal lead going in the third period again, and it's not. And right off the bat, they get the C&I shot from the point, and it's 3-2. And then I thought we played really well. They had one little flurry right after that, but after that, we played quieted it down and got some good chances. And, we outshot them in the third period. We outshot them every period, so that's hard to do up here. So I was really pleased. We did not lose that place. A couple of times, in all 3 periods, there was times when they were battling us down low and we couldn't get the puck out of our zone, but that's going to happen against any team that can skate like that.
Coach, on the power play, you had Connolly up at the point. Is that a change that you're planning to continue to make in the future?
Yeah, we just thought we could use him. He's played there before. He played there last year for us. We'd like to get Negan a little bit more ice time in the power play. We've got a number of forwards. I think Gill could play the power play up front, so we'd like to open up some space by putting Connell back at the point. Gives us a chance to get some more forwards in the power play.
Coach, it seemed that you, especially in the first 2 periods, it seemed that the fourth line was getting a lot more playing time than I guess we're used to seeing. Can you say something about that?
Well, they got a lot more playing time than they did last weekend. I just felt that with the change of putting Gaudette back at center on that line, I had more confidence in them defensively. They can play against any line because he's a real solid defensive forward and a real good center iceman as far as taking face-offs. So I was confident with that. And because Megan was playing on the power play, whenever the power play was over, Gaudette's line came out because Megan, the third line, which is Megan's line, can't come out because he just got off the ice from the power play. So the fourth line got a little bit more ice time tonight, and that took away from Zahir Gill getting some more ice time because he's on Megan's line.
Coach, last year your team struggled when giving up the first goal, and particularly when trailing after the first. This year, 2-0 on both those stats. What's been the key difference for this team from last year?
Well, this is just a different team. I mean, that team, last year's team was an egomaniac with an inferiority complex. They thought they were real good, and then, we're down. What if we don't win this game? They were always trying to live up to expectations. I think the nice thing about these 2 clubs is there's not a lot of expectations because we're both so young, UMass and ourselves. So I don't think we're going to suffer any of that stuff. We're just going to play hard and see what happens. And sometimes we'll come back, and sometimes we won't. And sometimes we'll be up 2-0 and give up 2 and let the other team come back, so, which would happen last week. That's going to be the ups and downs of playing. 16 freshmen and sophomores in the roster.
Coach, you're out shooting them 10-4 after the first, but they were up 1-0. Can you just talk about the team's mindset during that intermission?
I could tell on the bench that they knew they played well. I went to the dressing room and said, "Hey guys, that was a better period than you played all last week against them." Even though we were up, down 1-0, we were up 2-0 against them in the first period. That was the best. That was a very, very solid period, even though we went down 1-0. They got a big bang goal on power play, which is the best. Great by down, by the way, the way they set that up. But it's kind of like a late read by our forward coming back door. But other than that, I thought we played. I said, not only will I take that period for the rest of this game, you give us that effort and that brains the rest of the season, you're going to win a lot of hockey games, because I thought we were really sharp in the first.
Coach, you had Gilroy in tonight after sitting out last week. Can you talk a bit about how he played tonight?
I thought he played well. As I said, I thought that line played well. I thought last week, because of the way the lines were set up, I had Santana playing center, I had Glass playing the off wing, which he hasn't played here before. Santana has played more wing than he has center for us. So, and I had Gaudette playing wing when he usually has been playing center. So I decided to rearrange it all, and that makes it, when you put Santana off and put him in the right wing, and you take two off wings, Sahir Gill and Gaudette, and Glass, and put them back on their normal sides, then we needed another right wing. And I thought Kevin Gilroy really practiced hard last week, all week long, this past week, all week long. He deserved to get back in line. He was getting back in line probably no matter whether I switched the lines or not.
Coach, I know you said you're going to leave it up to one of your assistants to choose who starts in net tomorrow, but do you think Milan earned another chance tomorrow?
Oh, he doesn't have to earn anything.
Yeah.
That's not the question. The question is, do we want to get him a little rest, and do we want to get Roby, who's a junior and plays hard and practices hard? Do we want to get him another game? He's already 1-0. So we'll talk with Eric Ocean today before we leave, and make a decision on the phone going back to the bus.
Coach, you mentioned the ice surface. It seemed a lot of guys were falling out there. Was that just players of the ice?
Well, I don't think there's anything wrong with the ice as far as it's the size of the ice, not the fact that it's not fast or slow. It's just that it's a 200 by 100 rink as opposed to ours, as opposed to most rinks.
But did you see it? Did you see players falling?
I saw a couple of guys losing their edges, yeah, but I don't get anything else. And we did that. We've done that